Discover efficiency with the Cycle Time Calculator training video.
From the main menu, select the stopwatch button. Press the Start button. At any time while the clock is running, you can press the Calculate button. The parts per hour and part per day will dynamically update. If you are at the end of your cycle, you can press the Stop button, then the Calculate button. Now change the quantity per cycle to 20. After you press the Calculate button, you can see the parts per hour and parts per day went up by a multiple of the new quantity per cycle. Now change shifts per day to 2. After you press the Calculate button, you can see the parts per day went down by 1/3, because one shift was removed off the calculator. Now change hours per shift to 7.5. After you press the Calculate button, the new parts per day have changed according to the updated hours per shift. When you run a new cycle, press the Reset button. This will only reset the stopwatch timer. All other variables such as hour per shift, quantity per cycle, and shift per day will remain unchanged. However, if you leave the stopwatch calculator and return to the main menu, all of the variables will return to calculator defaults. Now, from the main menu, select the Conveyor Feet per Minute button. First, change the length of parts to 12 inches. Now, change the space between each part to 12 inches. Press the Calculate button. Watch the cycle time in seconds, parts per hour and parts per day update. Now, change your feet per minute to 48. Then press the Calculate button, and watch the values update. Change the quantity per cycle to 56. Watch the cycle time change from 2.5 seconds to 0.045 seconds, because now you are producing 56 parts each cycle instead of 1. The parts per hour and the parts per day just increased 56 times. Let's change the length of the parts to 32 inches, and the space between the parts to 3 inches. Then press the Calculate button and watch the values update. Now, let's change the quantity per cycle to 10. After pressing the Calculate button, you will notice that the cycle time has decreased 10 times. The parts per hour and the parts per day increased 10 times. Press the Back button to return to the main menu. Now, let's press the Seconds Calculator button. The Seconds Calculator is used if there is a known cycle time in seconds, but you need to know the production capacity. First, enter number of seconds to a value of 12.5 seconds. Then press the Calculate button and your production rates will appear. Change your quantity per cycle to 62. This means for every 12.5 seconds, the machine will produce 62 parts. Press the Calculate button to see the result. Press the Back button to return to the main menu. Now, press the Minutes Calculator button for our final calculator. The Minutes Calculator is used if there is a known cycle time in minutes, but you need to know the production capacity. Enter number of minutes to a value of 6. Then, press the Calculate button to see the result. Let's change the quantity per cycle to 10. Then press the Calculate button and watch the values update. Cycle Time Calculator should be a required tool for all production managers. Download today at the App Store.